All right, let's talk about this. FINRA sets up this halt today, stops this freaking thing. Some article comes out saying perfectly legal. I don't understand how it's perfectly legal to only allow one side of trading the opportunity to continue shorting yesterday but not have to close. So that's another problem here that nobody's talking about. How many people shorted this thing yesterday that didn't fucking close out of the position? And how many people did close out of the position that knew it was going to fucking go away today? This is market fuckery beyond market fuckery. Couple things I want to talk about. There's a guy, Boss Blunts. I love that guy. He's super intelligent. He's wrong on this one. He's completely and totally wrong, and let me tell you why. When I had my original Torchlight shares, and they converted over to the placeholder, okay? The placeholder had a different ticker. It was like MMTLP I or some shit, okay? When it became tradable, it became MMTLP, okay? Maybe a couple days before, whatever the case may be. But that right there made MMTLP, and I get it. The company didn't fucking comment on it in the beginning because they didn't know what the hell was going on either. But Mr. Boss Blunts, I like you, bro. I really do. I think you're a super intelligent guy. You're wrong on this one. You're bringing shit up not in the timeline. You're showing today quotes of George Palikaris and the company going, we can't comment on this ticker because it's not part of the company. That was fucking months ago. That's already been fucking determined that was complete and total protection of themselves because they didn't know what the hell happened. Once they found out what happened, the company came out later and said MMTLP. Read the S1, bro. You were reading it out loud today. It said ticker MMTLP in it. You fucking read it. And then, you guys are sitting on there going, oh, well, people don't want to, I know it's not what they want to hear. No, it's not what you guys want to hear. This was fucking sold to us in good faith from brokers. Okay? Fidelity told you when you had to call, they had to give you a rundown of what it was. And they said, this is a placeholder. Okay, cool. Do it. I know what I'm buying. I knew what I was buying from Jump Street. So did everybody else. Apparently, retail is not allowed to do math. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. What happens here? Let's say I know there's all kinds of reports that FINRA has admitted that there's 2 times the float. Well, why wouldn't there be? I mean, they listed the damn thing. They approved the listing of this fucking thing with false information, basically doubling the float. If there's only 165 million, but they used Meta's information that reads 320 million, obviously there's a freaking problem there. Okay? But just like we've all said, these brokerages aren't, in on every single ticker. They're not experts on every single ticker. They're fucking trading it. They see shares available from the market maker. There it is. Market maker says, oh, there's 320 million shares. Bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. This is on FINRA, big time, and I don't think that it doesn't get fixed. If Meta halts this thing and says we're stopping the spin out, and this goes to litigation, the fix for this, Tony Market Moves, is on the right fucking path, okay? The fix for this is extend the trading, okay? 2 days, 5 days, whatever you want it to be. I don't give a shit. It's got to be at least the days to cover, right? So if they say 6.5 million reported, that's 4.5 days. Somebody needs to say to the short hedge funds, hey, we're going to give you 5 days. That's it. We don't care if you're 10 times what's reported. That's your own fault for not fucking reporting your true position. You're getting 5 days. That's it. Make it PCO. Position close only. That's it. Make it PCO. Let the people who want to sell. Get the damn thing to 165 million shares of NextBridge, which is all it's supposed to be there anyway. There's no other solution. You can't send 320 million shares if that's what you sold and hand out 320 million shares of an SEC approved S1 that says 165 million shares. Now you got these guys going, oh, well, it never should have been traded, and that means only the OG got... No, bullshit. It's complete and total bullshit. These brokerages sold you a share of something in good faith, okay? The S1 was approved by the SEC. The S1 says there's only 165 million shares, okay? They got caught. They got caught with their pants down, and somebody's going to have to pay the piper. Let's just say, and I've listened to every video out today, and I'm listening to Smokey's live stream right before I decided to make this video. There cannot be more than 165 million going to NextBridge. Can't do it. Can't do it. Somebody's going to have to pay the piper. So, these guys were saying, well, what happens if there's whatever million going to NextBridge? Can't happen. Now, what can happen, okay, and this is what Smokey was getting at, let's say they determine a value for the share. Maybe this gets determined in litigation. Maybe they say, hey, listen, here's what the going oil rate is, okay? Let's say somebody I saw said $5 a barrel for in the ground oil. Well, if they can show that the potential oil, and then it is, whatever, 2.7 to 5.1, they take the aggregate, and then they multiply that by 5, yada, yada, yada. Then they can say, okay, fine, we're paying out that amount. Now, what do they do with the shares at that point? I think you have to cancel all 365 million shares, at which point NextBridge would then either become a private company with 0 shareholders, okay, and become a wholly owned subsidiary with just a few owners, okay? But you can't have all this. Now, the argument then becomes, well, I wanted it for the dividends for the next 20 years. That's an argument too, I don't know. But I think if a court settles it and determines an amount, which is something we heard with the overstock, okay? We heard that when that whole overstock dividend started at $8 and ran to $88, they stopped it from going, and it became a certain amount that those shorts had to pay on it. They came up with a number. So if that's what they do, then so be it. Let them come up with a number and pay everybody out. They did this, they should have to pay the piper. I don't think this is over yet. I'm praying that Meta puts a halt to this, gets the board to approve it, and puts something out immediately first thing Monday morning. It says they can do it. It's right there in the S1. If they delete this thing and then there's no tracking, the only way to track it would be, I guess, when they hand out the shares, you're going to have to go to your broker at that point and go, wait a minute, what's up? And then they're just going to issue a synthetic NextBridge share. So you'll see it in your account. And then that's where it's going to be important to go to the NextBridge website and register. Like, I'll give it up. I hear you, Smoke. Okay. Once that happens, they'll have a number. They'll have a legit share count. And if there is 320 million fucking registered shareholders, somebody's in deep shit. And it's going to be litigation. And I don't think that it's going to be you get nothing in 5 years. I really don't. I think this is bigger. I'm hoping anyways A lot of people got in this, and I throw it out there. There are a lot of intelligent people out there, okay, that did the math. This is very similar. And again, I've said this before. I like Boss Blunts, okay? But he's wrong on this. Saying it's not the same as GME or AMC. It's the same exact fucking actors doing the same fucking thing. You want to be all over MMAT? George Palikaris said 100 times. When, what's his name interviewed him, the guy who left a long time ago, Sterling. When Sterling interviewed him, he's like, oh, nobody cares about the dividend. We're not going to talk about it. George Palikaris said, whoa, whoa, I'm going to stop you right there. We do care about the dividend. We do care about the shareholders. George cares about the shareholders. George is not in on it. Fucking John Berta's not in on it. People need to stop saying that. Okay? A bunch of intelligent people got together and figured out the math. Figured out the value and shared that information. Sharing that information on whatever platform you want is no different than Jim Cramer giving his opinion on a stock on CNBC or whatever fucking channel he's on. I don't know. What's the difference? This guy at FINRA, the president of FINRA, I heard, is pissed off that retailers come together to manipulate stocks. Bullshit. We come together and see value in stocks. Same as AMC, same as GME. Okay? There's more too. I have a bunch of tickers that I'm watching that I'm like, this is a great company. A great company. Oh, by the way, I'm listening to a buddy called me earlier this morning, before this all even started. And he goes, you know, it's funny you asked me yesterday if I knew anybody in the stock, and I told you no. Well, he goes, I talked to a friend of mine who was fucking short of the stock and made 300% yesterday, and said, I believe his words were, I shorted that piece of shit MMTLP all day and made 300% on my money. And my friend said to him, funny you should say that. I'm long on it. He said, you're long on that piece of shit? My friend's response was, well, I mean, you have to at least see the value in NextBridge. He's like, I don't know what you're fucking talking about. So this whole analysis, or this whole thought process that short sellers know more about the fucking company than longs is horseshit in this situation. It's just absolute baloney. These guys want to open up, the balance sheets and go, oh, look, there's only $75 million in assets. Bullshit. You haven't done your research. You haven't. And I feel like a lot of these guys, if it's not the play they're on, you're wrong. I don't think that at all. Do I think there's, value in GME? 100%. 100%. I think there's long-term value in GME. I think GME is shorted the shit. Everybody knows it. I think they manipulated the fuck out of this thing. It is what it is. I'm not going to sit there and go, oh no, only my play. Only my play could be manipulated. It's hundreds of stocks. Probably thousands of stocks. I was going through my list the other day. I'm looking at 3-4 stocks that had fucking great earnings and are down 75% for the year. 75% for the year and hit and beat earnings 4 out of the last 4 quarters. How the fuck is that possible? Because they're shorting the whole market. Why did what happened yesterday, where it went down 58%, happen? Maybe these fuckers can't turn off the algorithm on just one stock. I don't know. I'm not on that side playing with freaking high-speed machinery. We don't know how that side works. But we know we caught them. We know we caught them. I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. I do know this. I would ask all these guys, another guy I respect. I think he's super intelligent. Tony Denaro. I like that guy. I like what he's got to say. But he dogs MMAT. He's like, oh, they did a reverse merger. Well, yeah, to get on the stock market, to get on the NASDAQ, you don't see that by just opening it up and looking at the chart. And then they want to go, oh, they're burning through so much cash. They're burning through so much cash. They're acquiring companies that are producing revenue. Oh, by the way, they just opened a fucking brand new facility. Oh, by the way, there's another facility. I think here in Virginia, Northern Virginia, up there around DC area. It might be in Maryland. But they're spending money to make money. This is what smart business people do. Okay? I don't know where this is going to go. I saw everybody talking, or Houston Wade said, contact your congressman. 100%. Let's get somebody with a bigger following than me to fucking get a petition started. I'll sign it. What are the odds we get 100,000 names on this thing? I don't know. Get 100,000 names. Maybe that'll get Congress to fucking open their eyes. This manipulation on this stock market is at an unprecedented level since computers. They want to sit there and say retail can't move the market, but then anytime something bad and any squeeze happens, they blame retail. I remember I'm watching and they're like, oh, well, until, these new retail investors figure out that, maybe they don't know when to sell. Maybe they just don't know. Until they sell, we're not going to see the bottom. Well, if we're not selling, maybe this is the fucking bottom. You can't just keep creating fake shares all the fucking time. You got the SEC, right? Oh, here's your fine. Here's your fine. Cost of doing business, baby. We made fucking $500 billion on those two plays. I'll pay a $200 million fine. Sure. If you could erase the numbers on your paycheck and double them, and if you got caught, you only had to pay a $5 fine. That's the equivalent of what the fuck's going on here. Until the SEC wants to do something about this nonsense, it's not going to happen. I thought when Gensler got in there, he was talking all kinds of crazy shit, and I thought it was going to be good for us, and nothing's changed. Nothing's changed, And don't think we're the only ones who've gone through this. I was in the AMC thing. We watched all that. I watched poor Trey have a couple of meltdowns. I watched the Right Brain Trader have a couple of meltdowns. We watched Sterling have a meltdown and leave and just stop making fucking videos one day. This takes an emotional toll on people. I don't know where this is gonna go. I really don't. I'm hoping for some news. I'm hoping Metamaterials puts something out Monday. I do want to say that Robinhood has reinstated the dollar amount that was there. Somebody said that before it was halted this morning, they saw an open price of $6.10. I didn't see that. I was driving. If anybody has a screenshot of that, and I think there were screenshots actually. So apparently that's legit and not bogus. Yeah, man. And Mr. Marcel Kalinovic, if that's how you say it, I'm pretty sure. I don't want to tell you. I would love to freaking have a chat with you, bro. And you know what? I think getting somebody who's been in this and is knowledgeable and can explain to you in the timeline of how it happened, I think you'd understand and I think you'd be on this side. I really do. I get it, bro. You got other things to do. You got a family. You got your own channel. But if you were to just friggin' invest, a day and go back and watch Tony Market Moves, we're not talking about somebody who's begging you to smash the like button. You know what I mean? We're not talking about, this guy said the other day, he refuses to turn on Super Chat, or whatever they call it, Super Chats, because he doesn't want to profit off of his videos. He's making these videos to share the information, to share the numbers, to share the facts. I'm just as upset as everybody else. I was freaking fired up when I first got home. It was, forget about it. I don't know what's going to happen. I hope it's in our favor. I appreciate everybody out there. I appreciate everybody in there. And every time I name people to say I appreciate in this play, I always leave somebody out. Okay? So I think I left Syntax out last time. I think I left Right Brain Trader out the time before that. All right, we'll give Terry a shout out right there. I'll acknowledge Smokey today. I felt like he was bringing good information on the call, on his little group call or whatever. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, but I think they're going to make enough noise to where they're going to have to fix this. And I think the fix to this is allow trading, extend the dates, 5 days, 10 days, whatever the fuck you need to do it, and make it position close only. Position close only. If it was 4.5 days to cover and nobody had to buy back yesterday, I mean, that's market manipulation if I ever seen it. No one had to buy back yesterday, but the sell button goes away today. Not okay. Not okay at all. Again, possible negotiations. Maybe they come up with a number. Because let's say there's 300, let's use 30 million. There's double the float because that's what we keep hearing. They're going to have to pay, let's say, $50 a share. Even if, let's just say that was the number, $50 a share. Even if you want to argue, well, the squeeze could have paid me thousands. Okay, that's cool, I get it. But they decided that the value of it is $50-$60. That's what they're going to pay out to all these 300 people, 320 million shares that they oversold. Well, that's still them taking a beating. It's not the beating that they should take, but it's still them taking a beating. Now, this action being brought to the public is going to be what I hate to say change something, because ain't nothing fucking changed yet. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I'll try to come back on Sunday. Maybe we'll get some breaking news over the weekend, which I would doubt. I would imagine it's going to have to come per press release. And let's hope that that's 8 a.m. Monday morning. Hopefully they got in a courtroom today for an emergency injunction. There's definitely legalese there. The S1 stated there was 165 million shares-ish. If the brokers oversold it and sold you, basically sold you something that's not what you thought you were buying. You did your due diligence. You read the S1. It said 165 million shares. They, in theory, diluted you by 50%. Can't do that. It's completely and totally illegal. This is the fucking stock market, okay? Not the Wild West. I don't want to hear all the pink sheets. Bullshit. FINRA approved this shit. It's not like they just did it with no approval whatsoever. Oh, by the way, the SEC approved the frickin' spin out. This was all government approved. Government and non-government, okay? Get that hashtag FINRA fraud going, okay? Listen to the smart people, man, who are giving information. Don't listen to these guys who are popping up, reading shit, taking it out of context. One guy is sitting there going, reading parts of something, and I'm like, my buddy's freaking out, texting me. This is old information, bro. You're scaring people for no effing reason. Listen to the people who got us here. Bird Lady, Tony, Allie, Right Brain Trader. And again, I know I'm going to miss people. But the factual information. Not the people who go, I'm fucking buying bubblegum stock because I like bubblegum. No. The people who bring you facts, numbers, things that you can go back and do your own math on and go, oh wow, they're not bullshitting. It's not rocket science to do math. And basically what FINRA did today said retail's not allowed to do math. That's it for me. I'm gonna check out, man. I appreciate the support that I've gotten in the comments. I know I'm new. I've only made a few videos, but I appreciate the support that I've gotten in the comments. Let's see what happens. Watch out for news, and you guys got anything you want to discuss? Throw it in the comments, and I plan on making another one probably Sunday, and just see if anything comes out between now and then. But if you want to talk about something on a realistic, factual information, not a I buy bubblegum stock because I like bubblegum. You want to talk about facts, ask me a question in the comments, and I'll make a list and try to answer what I can factually. At this point, there's not much to know about what's going to happen. But what already exists, there are facts to. So know the facts. Don't listen to the FUD. Don't let people give you information from 6 months ago, 12 months ago in a clip and act like that was posted yesterday. Because that is not the case, my friends. All right, man. MetaFam strong, and keep holding, and we'll see what happens, guys. Love you all. Hope to see you soon on Sunday.